My partner is transitioning and I don't know what to do. He was a girl before, then he was they, them. Now he's he, they. To be honest, don't know how to feel about it. I know he's the same person. But I don't know if I can stay in the relationship. I'm queer but I usually steer clear of men. I don't know what to do and I can't talk to him about it because then he'll assume I don't want him anymore, but I do. I love him for him, but I always imagined myself ending up with a girlfriend and not a boyfriend. I still support him of course, but I don't know how to feel or what to feel or how to handle this without seeming rude or unsupportive. I just really needed to get it off my chest. I really have nobody to talk to about this. It's been bothering me for a good week, but until yesterday I think I was in some sort of denial about it. I needed somebody to know, and I needed a place to say it. I feel for you. All I can say is this: I've been married to my wife for 17 years. She's the love of my life. I'm a straight male. If she transitioned to male because that's who she was, I would support her and love her, but we would get divorced. I'm not gay and I'm not attracted to men. There is nothing wrong with that. If you don't want to be in a relationship with a man, that is 100% okay. If you're into women and your partner is a trans man, he can't expect you to be interested in him anymore. I understand that the issue of leaving your partner is hard, but the issue is simple otherwise. If you are attracted to women and your partner is not a woman, at least not anymore, then it follows that you and your partner are no longer compatible. You can wish them all the best, they just aren't for you. You are under no obligation to date them a second longer, no matter how much you support them. Your identity matters just as much as his. You can still love and support him, but that doesn't mean you have to stay in the relationship. Is it beautiful when someone stays with their partner after transition? Absolutely. Is it a requirement of you? No. Your partner is doing what's best for him. You also get to do what's best for you. You can end a relationship for any reason. I've had a friend who was dumped because he chewed too loud. Like Lily from How I Met Your Mother. I am pretty sure swapping whole genders is acceptable. I would dump someone if they chewed with their mouth open. I have misophonia and it makes me uncontrollably angry and anxious, so it would be in our best interest if we split. That ain't healthy for anyone. You have no obligation to continue the relationship if you don't want to. If you lose attraction, you lose attraction. Alternatively, your orientation isn't determined by your partner. If you find that you're still attracted regardless of your so's identity, presentation, it doesn't change anything about who you are. If you do choose to break up, you haven't done anything wrong or unsupportive. Whether he accepts your continuing friendship will be up to him. I know people from both sides. I have a male friend who's still transitioning. He still has female appearance. He had a gay boyfriend who, after a while trying to come to terms with the fact that he still was physically a girl but a boy in mind, broke up because he just didn't like girls, physically. He liked men, physically. I didn't know him personally, and I stayed by my friend's side who was upset with that. Also because he was long distance and they never really met, so for now, the physical thing wasn't a problem. Then, I have a male gay friend who dated a transitioning guy, who still had girl appearance. He told me they have been close friends for very long and that he thought he liked him no matter what. So when they were about to get intimate he couldn't do it. And simply because he doesn't like women's bodies. Really, it's about taste and sexuality. If he is gay, there is no way he will be mentally able to have sex with someone with vagina. That's just it. Listen, if you don't like men, you don't like men. He will be obviously upset, but, really, it's no one's fault. If you don't feel comfortable in a relationship, you don't have to force yourself. Might be a language thing, but I tried to keep track of the genders and sexual orientations and couldn't keep it clear even when I wrote it down. In the first case, your friend is FTM and his boyfriend got together with him when he was still female? How is the boyfriend gay then? They met online and my friend introduced himself as male. They had video chats and stuff. the boyfriend thought he could keep up the relationship because after all my friend is mentally male, but in the end he couldn't because physically he isn't, and that made the BF confused and uncomfortable. As much as this sucks, I feel like, I am not attracted to you anymore because you're too manly, would be like weirdly validating? Supporting him and being attracted to, wanting a romantic relationship with him are two different things. NTA, if you have always been sexually attracted to female bodies, and your partner has decided they want to masculinize their body through hormones and/or surgeries, then it makes complete sense that you will no longer be attracted to them. Wrong sub, but I get it lol. If you're actually 14 like your other post says, just end the relationship. It's far too soon for you to be dealing with this kind of doubt and anxiety. Let your boyfriend figure himself out. If it was meant to be, you'll end up together again. If not, there's no reason you can't still be friends. Just be gentle about it and explain your reasons. I was thinking this. I feel like 14-year-olds shouldn't be reading the kind of comments some people lay down here. Some are helpful for future purposes when it comes down to intimate relationships, but at 14 partners change often or parents don't accept and not much can be done. So, at this point, you don't seem to be compatible any longer. There is nothing wrong with that. You need to be true to yourself. If they are transitioning to someone who is not your preference, you shouldn't be forcing yourself to prefer them. You should come to terms with the fact that your relationship is probably over on your end. The world gone crazy. It really is something to behold. Word. Okay, so a lot of people are taking this as you straight up not being attracted to men. You've mentioned that you are queer but usually steer clear of men. Is there a specific reason for this? The best thing you can do is sit down and share these feelings with your partner. It's a big thing for him. But it's also a big thing for you too, and hopefully he should accept and comprehend that. You won't seem rude or unsupportive by any stretch. You have to be honest and let him know about your reservations though. Otherwise it will lead to a lot more hurt, on both sides, and possible resentment. You can separate and still be supportive. If you're not into men, it's nothing you or he did wrong. You're just not compatible as partners anymore. It's okay to leave him. It's not what you signed up for. I'm attracted to women, not men. I can't be with a man. That's it. They never said that though. They said they're queer, but they never pictured themselves ending up in a long-term relationship with a man. I don't think it's about attraction, but about how they view themselves in a relationship, which is also perfectly acceptable. There's nothing wrong with parting ways if you're not attracted to men. Especially if he wants to start testosterone, his appearance will drastically change. It's simply a question of compatibility. When I started my transition, FTM, I had a boyfriend, who is straight, and he broke up with me. I never blamed him at all, he was completely justified. It was actually pretty validating that I was too much of a man for a straight guy, lol. If you like women, and there's nothing wrong with that. Your sexuality deserves as much respect as your partner's gender identity. It's absolutely unfair for a person to change their gender and assume their partner should simply accept it. It's manipulation if they make you out to be in the wrong for feeling this way. You can love a person and still not be attracted to them. If someone fundamentally chooses to change into someone you are not attracted to, then they made their choice. Transitioning was obviously the most important thing to them, and they did it in spite of effects it had on your perception of them. You're gay. It would pretty invalidating if you did stay with them, because it means you still view him as a woman subconsciously. Doesn't mean you don't love him, but it's a disservice to both of you for a romantic relationship to continue.